Good morning. How is everybody? Today's video should be cool. Hey guys. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? Just want to make sure that you can hear me. Hey. Hey Chelsea. Hey Chandler. Hey Lindsay. Hey Dana. Okay. So I'm just going to wait and make sure you guys can hear me. Yes, you can hear me. Okay, great. So today's video is, I'm just sharing all about my favorite perfume and cologne blends. And I was excited to share this one today because with Valentine's Day coming up and whether you need to come up with a gift for a significant other or for friends or for a parent or a sister or a neighbor or whoever it is, a thoughtful gift is always like a custom perfume or cologne. Like, who doesn't get excited to get that? And especially if you know that person and you can customize the smell for them. But also for me personally, I make these for myself all the time because I am committed to giving up synthetic fragrance, and it's been about a year. I can't even believe it's been almost a year since I haven't used any synthetic fragrance in our home or on my body. And so I have felt a huge difference from that. And what I had learned that I mentioned a little bit in an earlier post, what I had learned is that so much of this synthetic fragrance, what it's doing is it is tricking our bodies into overproducing hormones that we don't need. And I mean, I feel like I'm struggling with hormone balance as it is. The last thing I need is for my body to be overproducing hormones that I certainly don't need. So I made that commitment to myself. I also learned a lot more about regulations in personal care products as far as what companies have to put on the label. And when it comes to fragrance, it can take thousands and thousands of chemicals to make one synthetic fragrance. But all that companies have to put on the label is the word fragrance. So you want to watch out, like when you're flipping over, if you're going to start being a little bit more conscious of labels and you're going to flip the bottle over and read what's in something, when you see the word fragrance, that is a red flag. That means synthetic. That means up to thousands of chemicals to make that one fake smell. And all of those are like entering our body and tricking us. So not this way. When we use 100% pure therapeutic grade essential oils like Young Living are, we know that we are getting nothing synthetic, no filler. This is coming straight from like Mother Earth herself, straight to our bodies. So not only do we smell good, but we get all the benefits. And that's why making perfume and cologne is my favorite, because now we get to like have fun and experiment and make little potions like I loved doing as a kid. And in fact, like, this is my spell book. This was a gift from my friend Brittany. And this is where I write down like all my favorite combos in. So all I'm going to tell you guys today is I could go on forever and ever about like the science behind creating the right kind of perfume with a base note and a top note and a middle note, and like what that means and what the best base notes are and the top notes. But we're not going to do that today, because I'm thinking that would be like a really fun class. So if you think that that would be a fun class, let me know, and we can do it as like a Facebook class or something else that can be a little bit more interactive with some fun fragrance giveaways. But for now, I'm just gonna tell you my top 5, my personal favorite blends that I make over and over and that I give as gifts, that I make for me, that I make for my husband, and that I make for friends. So we're gonna go over those 5 right now, and stay tuned because at the end of this video, we're gonna give away one of these, and they're all in like fun, fancy bottles, like with cool things on them. So it'll be a good giveaway. So if you stick around, you could win one of the bottles. Okay. So the way that I'm going to pick the winner is I'm going to go back and you get 1 entry per comment that you leave in the video. So the more comments, obviously, the more entries. And I'm just going to go through and pick one of the comments at random. So, and I'll post later. If you go back and visit my feed, I will post the winner in my little perfume post. I'll go do an update and have the winner there. Okay. So first up, let's do the ones, sorry, Neck is super stiff. Let's do the ones that I fell in love with first, that I make the most. And those are my his and her blend. And sometimes I adapt these and I make them a little bit different. You guys can check them out here. His and her. The label maker that I use is the Dymo label maker. It's like an old school label maker. I think it's like $10 or $12 on Amazon. So they're super, super simple. And I get these bottles on Etsy. I think the shop is called Perfume. How do you say it? I don't even know. It's probably French or something. I'm not saying it correctly. But search on Etsy for cute bottles. Okay, so my his blend is, I just want to preface it by saying that I wear this all the time because I love the way it smells. And what is in my his blend is Northern Lights Black Spruce, which I actually just ran out of yesterday because I use it so much. So Northern Lights Black Spruce, Sacred Mountain, Bergamot, cedarwood, and sometimes I put patchouli in it. I say sometimes because a lot of people, you either are like, you love patchouli or you hate patchouli. I happen to be a huge patchouli fan, so I only put patchouli in a blend of somebody I know who's gonna appreciate it. So here's what I wanna say. I wanna give you an idea a little bit about how much I'm putting in each one. What I do first is anytime that I make a perfume blend, if I want to experiment or I'm making one for the first time, I put together what I think is gonna smell good. I take the lids off. I take the lids off of all of them. I group them up here. I learned this from a friend. I group them up. And then I get an idea of how they smell together by doing that. Just kind of like waving them around and seeing like, okay, I think that'll smell good together. But because like I can be finicky about like what I want together at any given time, I always recommend, so that you don't go overboard with one oil or it's way too strong. I had a girlfriend, if she's watching, call me the other day and she's like, okay, we made one of our favorite bloggers' favorite perfumes and we're gagging, it's so strong. And so I said, how many drops of oil did you put? And she's like, I put 20 of each. I'm like, yeah, that's a little intense. So she's now divided up that one bottle she made into several bottles and she made labels and she's calling it Oops because it's her Oops. But now that she's divided it up, it smells so much better because it's not as strong. Okay, so what I like to do is once I come up with the ones I want in a blend, I like to start off with 2 to 3 drops of each, and I put that in my bottle. So only 2 to 3 drops of each one of these. Then I give it a little swirl, and I smell it. And I pay attention to if I like that blend or if I think it needs to be stronger in Sacred Mountain, or maybe it needs a little bit more Northern Lights Black Spruce. And then that's the point at which I go back and I individually add more of the smells that I want. I would say for a perfume blend in something that's like 10 milliliters, which is the standard size for one of these rollers, you want a total of about 25 drops for a perfume, okay? So whatever combo that ends up being. But I also want you to pay attention to an oil like patchouli, which is super, super strong in my opinion. If I'm telling you to start off with 2 to 3 drops of each of these oils in the bottle, you're probably not going to end up adding any more patchouli because it's really strong and you don't want it to overtake all the other smells. Hope that makes sense. I feel the same about cedarwood. Cedarwood is a smell that a lot of you are like, yeah, I would leave that one out because maybe you're a little bit more sensitive to the smell, but cedarwood is an oil that is incredible in blends. It smells so good when it is combined with other oils. So the way that his blend smells is very woodsy, very masculine, like woodsy with a hint of sweetness because of the bergamot that we're putting in there. The bergamot is really gonna help cut down some of like the heavy woodsy smell and give it a little bit of a citrus note. So I think you guys will really enjoy that one. That is the his blend. Sometimes I call it boy. Like here are my 2 little labels. This one's boy and this one's his. So that's a fun one. Okay, now for hers. This is a fun, let's see, definitely didn't like the cedarwood at first, but I still use it a lot. Exactly. There's a lot of people, right when they smell cedarwood, they're like, oh no, this smell is not for me. Cedarwood has incredible benefits for sleep support. It works amazing. And so if you're someone who is initially sensitive to the smell of cedarwood, I recommend combining it with lavender in your diffuser and making it a little bit more heavy on the lavender, which will really hide the notes in cedarwood that you don't love, and now you're still getting the benefits. Okay, so for my hers one, let's see. I put in there lavender, joy, grapefruit, and bergamot. So lavender, joy, grapefruit, and bergamot for my hers. The joy is one of Young Living's blends. Here it is right here. Here's a little bottle that was free last month of joy. I fly through this. A lot of people, you take off the lid, you smell it, you're like, whoa, that is so strong. It is very florally, and the floral smell that you're picking up when you smell it is geranium. Joy is very heavy on geranium in this blend. This is a wonderful mood boosting blend, but it can be a little bit strong. I love the way it smells when it gets cut down with a citrus and with a lavender. So this is like my base note for my hers perfume. I use joy. I add 2 to 3 drops of joy, lavender, grapefruit, and bergamot in a bottle. I give it a little swirl, and then I smell it and I see what it needs more of. Usually, I just add a lot more lavender, bergamot, and grapefruit, and I stay light on the joy and give it a little swirl and then smell it. I forgot to mention that after you do that, you're going to fill the rest with the fractionated coconut oil. If you're using fractionated coconut oil, then this is going to be more of a roller perfume. Whereas if you're going to use alcohol like vodka or witch hazel is a good alternative to an actual alcohol. You're going to be adding in your oils, and then you're going to let them sit for a little bit. And you're gonna let them like mesh together. You could even do it for like 24 hours, and then you're gonna add your alcohol. And when you're doing that, that's when you're using a spray bottle. When you're using alcohol as your base, as opposed to fractionated coconut oil, you get to use a spray bottle because it's a liquid. So whereas the fractionated coconut oil ones, you're gonna wanna keep in a roller, okay? Okay, leave questions if it doesn't make sense, and I can come back and answer them later. Okay, this is the one that I want to make with you guys because I'm so excited. I got neroli this month in my, hold on, I forgot a roller top. I got neroli this month in my order, and I am absolutely obsessed, and I'm not sure how I've been without neroli for so long. Where is it? So this is going to be our fancy pants, like magical perfume blend that I'm so excited to make. So I'm gonna do what I said to do at first, add 2 drops of each. It's neroli, grapefruit, and sacred frankincense. How incredible does that smell? Neroli is found in Morocco, and a girlfriend of mine had spent some time there on a retreat. And when I had her smell neroli, I didn't tell her where it was from, and she smelled it. She's like, this smells exactly like my retreat in Morocco. And sure enough, she was exactly right. Okay, so 2 drops neroli, 2 drops grapefruit, 3 accidentally came out, and 2 drops sacred frank. Okay, now I'm gonna swirl it around. Yes, unicorn perfume for sure is what we're making right now. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Okay, so neroli is a really strong oil, so you're going to always be using less of this one in your blends, but I do want it to smell a little bit more like neroli. So I just added 3 more drops of that. I'm gonna now add 5 more drops of grapefruit because I know I've made these enough to kind of have an idea already of how much I'm gonna need. And then I'm gonna add 5 more drops of sacred frank. Okay, now let's give it a smell and see what it needs more of. Oh, it smells so good. I have to say I'm surprised that the sacred frank is actually overpowering the neroli, and since I want it to be stronger in neroli, I'm gonna go back and add 3 more of this. Okay, ended up being 4. That smells so magical, you guys. Okay, now I'm gonna take my fractionated coconut oil. I get this on Amazon. I prime it, it arrives in a day. I love this one because first of all, I love that it's all natural, that this one is organic, and it comes with the best lid that fits right into my bottles. So I'm not spilling and I don't need to use a funnel. Okay, I filled it up. I'm putting my roller lid in and let's give it a try. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is legitimately magic. Neroli will change your life. I am not kidding. Like, this is my fancy pants one. I have been waiting for the perfect blend to put in this roller. This little, I make these bottles, so I buy the cute. Would it be a video without my dog barking? Maverick, come here. Come here. Come here. Sorry, guys. Come here. 1 minute. Get over here. Stop it. Come here. Come here. Anytime there's a delivery or the mailman, he does that. So he's keeping us safe, but it's annoying. Okay, so what I'm saying is I buy these cute bottles on Etsy, and then I take apart jewelry that I don't wear anymore and I glue them to the front of the bottles. And this piece of jewelry was my mom's when I was younger, and I remember her wearing it like so well, and it was broken, so I was able to repurpose it into this magical bottle. So I'm so excited. Okay, so what's my next blend I want to share with you guys? Here's a really simple one, and I actually already have it made in here because I wear it all the time, and it smells incredible. It's Valor, Stress Away, and Lime. And it is so good, you guys. And if you don't have lime, which is like really inexpensive, I think it's $6 for lime. If you don't have lime, you're missing out. And if you're not adding it to your blends, you're really missing out. It takes things to like the next level. I love adding lime to my blends. So this one is Stress Away, Valor, and Lime. And because Valor and Stress Away are stronger, you're gonna be adding more of the lime to help cut some of that strength that can be found in the Valor and Stress Away. Unless you prefer for it to be strong, then by all means go for it. I love this one too because, as you guys know, Valor is our blue oil because of the blue tansy found in it. So it just makes it like really pretty in blue. So that is a great blend as well. And then, okay, let's make this one. This is one I was looking forward to making. And we're gonna make this one in a spray bottle, I think. So here's a spray bottle. I found this one on Amazon. We're gonna open up our lid, and this is going to be Valor, White Angelica, and Orange. White Angelica is one of Young Living's most popular oils. It smells like heaven. Wonderful for emotional support. Oh, it smells so good. I love to add it to the tops of my shoulders at bedtime and first thing in the morning, and it just like relieves a lot of heaviness, and it just sets me up for the day. So this is gonna make a really fun perfume. Okay, so we're gonna do some White Angelica. This is a larger bottle, so I'm going to just add a lot from the beginning, probably 8 drops of White Angelica, 8 to 10. Let's see here. And then I'm gonna come up behind it with 10 drops of Valor, the blue one, which will make it a fun color. Can you guys see the blue coming out? I don't know if I'm too far away, but it looks really cool. Sorry, a little slow here. We're gonna end up filling the rest of this once I get all of our oils in there. I'm gonna use witch hazel because we're a dry house and I don't have vodka on hand. So we're gonna use witch hazel for the sake of this tutorial. And this is orange. I'm gonna make this heavier on the orange, like a lot of orange in here. Orange is a really great mood boosting oil. Valor is great for courage and stress relief. And for me, it relieves a lot of tension. And oh, look at how beautiful like the color gradient is there. This is gonna be pretty. And then I am just gonna fill the rest. I love the Thayer's Witch Hazel. You can find this at Target, or I order mine on Amazon all the time. And the reason that you're gonna use an alcohol or a witch hazel as opposed to water is it's going to help the oils separate more, whereas oil and water are, it's gonna help the oil and water mix more, whereas if you mix your oils with water, they're going to separate. But if you mix them with an alcohol or a witch hazel, it's going to really help them blend better. Oh, you guys, that is so good. That is so good. Maybe we should get this one away. Holy cow, that's good. I don't know, I kind of want to keep it. That smells so good, you guys. But also, if you're gonna go and you're gonna use a form of alcohol with it, that's when it's gonna help it, I forget the word now, but that's when it's gonna help it turn into like a perfume, and it's really gonna settle, and it's going to help it combine like magic and be even more effective than the witch hazel. That smells really incredible, you guys. That one was orange, white Angelica, and Valor. Remember, white Angelica is only available through Essential Rewards. So if you're creating your Essential Rewards order for the end of this month or next month, make sure you get this in there. You will not be sorry. If you're not on Essential Rewards, shoot me a message and I can give you the scoop. Okay, I think that do I have one more? Or is that all 5 of them? Guys, I think that was all 5. Another fun one, just because we're sitting here and I have it written down in my little notebook, is Joy, Lime, and Sacred Frankincense. I would love to know what your favorites are. So shoot me a message and I'm gonna combine all of these and do a story so that you guys can just screenshot or refer to your favorite ones and you don't have to come back and watch the whole video. But this will be live for the next 24 hours, and DM me or leave a comment here with your favorite blends so that I can try them. And let's see, which one are we gonna give away? I don't know, guys. Look at this one. This is my Good Vibes. This is straight up Inner Child. Inner Child is a blend. Inner Child is a blend that is really strong with jasmine, which happens to be a smell that I'm obsessed with. Absolutely obsessed with. So I don't blend anything else in here other than Inner Child. And I call it, so good. I call it my Good Vibes roller, and I carry it with me everywhere. Anyway, I'm gonna make you guys one to give away right now. I think I'm gonna make a pretty one in this bottle, and I'll tell you what, whoever wins, you're gonna get to pick which one of these blends you want me to make in here for you to mail. So you have about 10 more seconds to leave some more comments, to get more entries, and decide which one of these blends you want for me to put in this bottle and pop out in the mail to you. All right, guys, I'm gonna walk around and turn this off. Thank you so much. Until next time. Okay. Let's see, how do I end this? There it is.